identity. Don't you know Vashti knew her identity? Her purpose was wrapped up in it. She wasn't to be showcased for someone else's enjoyment, and so she doesn't walk in the room. She didn't allow this man to strip her of who she is just for menial satisfaction. Listen, church, when folk want to strip you down to nothing, do what Vashti did and continue to live in what my God has called you to be. Know thyself. By standing up against Xerxes, Vashti showed me that you don't have to display the gifts God gave you to the wrong people around you. She told that brother, no, I've made up my mind. I'm not subjecting myself to you or anybody else. She knew who she was. Understand this morning, in a Queen Vashti mindset, a woman would never devalue herself for someone else's amusement. They know I'm worth more than a few catcalls and googly eye stares. I'm not going down to your level when God has called me to be above. I'm not going to sacrifice my dignity for your delightment. My integrity means more to me than your entertainment. You can't put a price tag on my self-worth. I know who I am, and you can't change my mind about it. Be purposeful in your identity. Well, so we know this morning, to obtain a Vashti mindset, you must be first productive in your ways. Next, you must be purposeful in your identity. Finally this morning, to obtain a Vashti mindset, you must be persistent in your stance. Persistent in your stance. The text says, she sent word to the eunuchs in verse 12 that she's not coming to the camp. He still don't get it. Her mind is made up. I'm not participating in this foolishness. For some odd reason, the king thought this was a phase, or Vashti was joking. He thought to himself, any moment now, she's going to come out there, and she's going to come out the way I want her to come out. My boys will see her, and I'll be the man. But when King Xerxes looked up, he saw it wasn't Vashti, but it was the messenger. The messenger said, King, she's not coming out. Her mind was made up. And truth be told, church, when we tell the story of Vashti, we must make sure her story is told with accuracy and truth. We got to be persistent in how we tell it. Listen, preachers, too many times, scriptures have been misconstrued to fit the need of the author and not display the authentic message of the text. So I want to make it clear this morning. Vashti is not a victim. Vashti is not a harlot. Vashti is not a temptress. She is not after a man to make her famous. She was a woman who was persistent in her stance. She is a woman who chooses not to devalue herself, but to always put herself on the high shelf of life, even if others wanted to take her down. Don't you know, African-American womanist scholar Renita Weems explains how the story of Vashti's reign stands as a valuable lesson about the enormous pressures, demands, and responsibilities upon women who live public lives. Listen to this. By making up her mind, she carved a story that became a memorial to the price often extracted of public women when they stepped outside of their prescribed roles that society imposes on them. That simply means, church, Vashti knew her ability to take a stand now will encourage other women yet to come to make a stand wherever they are. No matter how old they are, from the little girl to the grown woman, you can make a stand wherever you are. See, if Vashti did it, I too can do it. If she can make it through, I can make it through. If she stood for justice, kept her integrity and her good name, guess what? I can do it too. She knew her role, and it wasn't in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. She had a mindset, one of a hard-working woman who makes an honest living. She had a Vashti mindset. And I like church. I like how with her made-up mind, she didn't turn back and check on the king later on. She addressed it during the present moment. She didn't let time pass and revisit the situation. She took it head on. Too many times, people of God, after we leave a situation, we tend to go back and check on folk. We want to revisit them. We want to call them up and see how they're doing. But you need to know this morning, you need to shake the dust off your feet. If you left an abusive situation, left where you were taken advantage of, left where you were underappreciated, there is no reason on God's green earth for you to go back. Be persistent in your stance. In Vashti's persistence, she declared, I'm not going to laugh when nothing's funny. I'm not going to scratch when there's nothing itching. I'm not dancing when there is no music. I'm going to be persistent in this thing. So what happened next in the text? The king's advisors pointed out how Vashti embarrassed King Xerxes. They asked, what shall we do with her? The king's cabinet thought, if Vashti went against the king, then other wives will go against their husbands, and there surely will be chaos in the land. If she did this to you, Xerxes, I know my wife will do this to me. Xerxes didn't realize for himself, but a virtuous woman, a woman with a Vashti mindset, will follow a good man if that man knows where he's going. If he doesn't, she must be persistent and tell four y'all in here, y'all done left, y'all ain't come back no more. If she says no, then that means no. No, I'm not going to change just to be accepted. No, I won't sell my soul for a paycheck. No, I will not compromise. God got greater for me than what man is trying to do to me. Because man will lie to you. Man will disappoint you. Man will let you down. Man will have you believe you got more going on than you think you got. But guess what? I serve a God who will pick you up and man lets you down. I serve a God who will continue where your human abilities leave off. I know a God who gives you strength to stand in the time of trouble. There is a God who gives strength to the weary, justice for the afflicted, and cleansing for your sin-stained soul. I'm grateful to know a God who stood up behind Vashti, stood up behind the woman at the well, stood up behind Mary, the mother of Jesus. He stood up behind thousands of nameless female slaves who were taken advantage of. He stood up behind Mary McLeod Bethune. He stood up behind Sojourner Truth. Stood up behind Fannie Lou Hamer. And let the world know she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. He stood up behind Shirley Chisholm. He stood up behind Angela Davis. He stood up behind Michelle Obama. He stood up behind Sister Sonia Johnson. What are we going to do with Vashti? What kind of woman would cause such a stir? Who is this woman? Who is Vashti? After all, church, Esther gets 90% of the attention in the book. There's only a few verses dedicated to Vashti. Who is Vashti? Well, she is a strong female who lost her position because she refused to give up who she was for the enjoyment of somebody else. The New Testament says, what's profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? She didn't lose her soul for somebody else's gratification. Who is Vashti? She's a woman who knew the crown man placed on her head wasn't worth tarnishing her good name in God. She knew this crown was not more important than her womanhood. Who is Vashti? She's a woman who moved out the way so Esther can walk into her destiny. There would not be an Esther unless there was a Vashti. Oh yes, she's a woman who had to go through moments of testing only to be a blessing to somebody else because she stepped out of the way after to step into place. So you don't know whose life you could be blessing. You could just step out of the way. Let your ego down and step out the way. Don't worry about no church position. Just step out the way. Don't worry about what family you came from. Just step out the way and be a blessing to somebody else. She was being prepared to be a blessing to somebody else. That's why you got to give God some praise for the Vashti that come before you. They did so you wouldn't have to. Some people are just made to usher you in. They'll do the hard work before you get there. They'll put up with some things that you couldn't even imagine. So the pathway can be made smooth for you. I thank God for the Vashti in my life. Well, Pastor, what do you do with a person like that? The king asked in verse 15, what do you do with a woman like Vashti? When the world wants to know, what will we do with them? How will we handle this person? They are too radical. They don't line up with what we're doing. I can't see them operating in our system. What will we do with them? Well, while they were trying to figure that out, simply do what Vashti did in the text. When they called on her to come in one direction, she simply turned the other and kept on walking. She was a woman walking worthy, and she walked right out of his life. So I encourage you today, church, to get in your Vashti mindset and keep on walking. Walk out of the hate in your life. Walk out of the abuse. Walk out of every negative thing that tries to hold you down. It doesn't matter if they talk about you. Let them talk. Let them even make up stuff if they want to. Keep your integrity and live to expect the extraordinary in your life. Walk with your head held high and keep on walking. Walk out of the judgments of other people. Walk out of every illness that has your body